join us at any moment of the presentation. Yeah, for one of the speakers, for example, so on, and can leave as well. So we are not going to wait for everyone to join. We will start maybe in a couple of minutes. I don't know, colleagues, can you help me with the video recording? Because we also promised that we will have the recording of this event. So anyone from the colleagues who can help me?
Recording in progress.
Thank you very much. So maybe I will introduce myself as well. So I'm speaking here for 2 minutes. My name is Alina Andreeva. In for service, I'm responsible for our international department, and also I'm a design thinkers specialist. And as you noticed, we are speaking English, but for your help in Zoom, there is a fantastic tool. I will show on the slide how you can switch on the subtitles or translation, and use whatever language you want. So you can take a look at the instructions while I'm talking. We, for this conference, do not have any specific rules, but we will try to engage you as much as we can. So there will be moment when I will ask you some questions, or will ask you to put some comments in the chat or to participate in our survey. So please be involved, be active, ask as many questions as you can to our fantastic speakers, and try to make this conference for yourself also maybe useful and insightful. I offered that during the speakers, as we are working online, we will not interrupt the speakers with the questions. So they will make their speech like 15-20 minutes. And if you have current questions which just pop up in your head, you can put it in the chat. In chat, you can write in Russian, in Ukrainian. Then after the speaker finished, I will translate the question. So it's not obligatory to write everything in English. You can communicate in any language you want. I will help with the translation, or maybe it will be clear to the speaker and so on. So questions in chat, questions after the speakers. And who are we waiting for? What is the agenda for this meeting? We will have 4 speakers from different countries. The first speaker will be Janar Jailauova, and she represents Air Astana. I believe you are all, but most of all are the clients of this fantastic company. And Aristan, for me, like a client, is one of the best example of their perfect customer service in international airlines. So I'm very happy that it will be our first speaker. Then will be a speaker from Austria, other part of the world. It will be Roland Bergmann. He's change manager in Hyundai, and will tell you a nice story how they create some specific atmosphere school for the sales managers to raise this customer-oriented approach in their dealer showrooms. Then we will have the speaker from Ukraine, Tetiana Dubova, fantastic deputy director of retail business department in Oschadbank. So we will move to this financial sphere. And the last but not the least will be the speaker from Toyota, Zhannat, excuse me, Kuzekeyeva, the head of customer experience in Toyota. It happened that we have a lot of clients from automotive sphere, but I'm absolutely sure that it doesn't matter from what spheres we are. We can get the inspirations inside from any presentation from any sphere, right? And to implement and to take something with us as well. So as I know, the first speaker is ready. And then I guess my 5 minutes of glory finished. I will introduce more detailedly our Janar, fantastic person and beauty of Kazakhstan. Marketing and sales director in FlyArystan, but most probably you hear this company like Air Astana, just the one division. Janar is the marketing and sales director. She graduated from the university in the UK. She has 18 years of experience in marketing and sales in various countries, not only in Kazakhstan. She worked in the UK, in United Arab Emirates, in Russia, in Central Asia. And she was awarded like the best marketologist in 2020. So our big applause, and the stage will be in just 2 seconds for Janar. But I offer you, like, we are here for some purposes, right? To get something from this conference. So my first task, or just like an offer for you all. Most of you have some daily problems, some questions with your business, some issues you currently discussed. So just who has the desire, put down the question or your current problem which you have, and then let it go and listen to the presentation of Janar. And after the speech, try to reflect a bit how this presentation inspires you, what answer you can find in this presentation. I'm absolutely sure that you will find it, but let's have it like experiment, like a small experiment. Okay, I will stop sharing the screen, and welcome, Janar, with your speech.
Hi, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you perfectly.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity to be with you for service. It's been my second presentation, and it's always been nice to have such an opportunity. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you very much. And I see that we already have over 70 participants. It's so fantastic to see how customer experience as a concept, as a discipline, becoming more popular and famous. And I'm very happy that we have companies like you guys who create and organizes forums as such, who give opportunity for companies to exchange their experiences, to meet people from different parts of the world. Thank you. I'm really pleased to be here. If you don't mind, I will share my own screen so that I can go through the slides at my own pace, if that's all right with you. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let me now run this way. Okay, so what I thought before we'll start talking about customer experience, maybe I'll give you a very quick brief of who we are so that it will be more relevant to understand what we're doing here. You're absolutely right. FlyArystan belongs to Air Astana. We've been established under Air Astana. It's a national carrier of Kazakhstan. And we've been established 5 years ago. And at this stage, we are the largest domestic carrier in Kazakhstan as a low-cost carrier. We have 24 aircrafts and all one single type, Airbus 320. And our average fleet age of our aircrafts is 5 years old. And by now, within 5 years, we carried almost 15 million passengers. As you can see, I'm showing you now the network where we operate. We have extensive network in Kazakhstan. We cover and fly everywhere in Kazakhstan. It's the ninth largest country in the world. And we start putting our foot overseas. To places like Istanbul, Kutaisi, Baku, Tashkent, Urumqi. Why I'm telling all of this? I'm telling all of this to lead you now into our aviation challenges when it comes to customer experience, because this is international business that we're dealing with. We have different customers from different countries with different expectations, with different understanding of what is low cost. So it is quite interesting, but can be a challenge as well for the company like us. So right, okay, the missions, I thought it would be good to put a mission that's to explain why we do what we do. Driven by customer needs, we constantly innovate to be a profitable, low-cost airline that people trust and enjoy. When we set this company, when we set the brand, we knew that it's going to be not easy, because it's going to be first low-cost carrier, and how the customer will perceive us will be another challenge.
Я уже сделала отчет, это я уже на конференции, ну, сижу, слушаю встречу.
Sorry, someone is speaking, I think, right?
А что ты хотел? Скажи, я тут не участвую, я просто слушаю это тут.
Dear
Так,
participants,
скажи.
switch off your
Давай
microphones
ногти
during
подстригу
the
тебе.
speaker.
Ногти я могу подстричь, я тут просто... Хочешь? Ну, ты не будешь это слушать, тебе это вряд ли интересно. Это про customer experience, как вот международные...
Sorry, I managed by myself.
Okay, good.
Excuse me. In online, it's always tricky.
That's all right. So once I have introduced to who we are, and you understand the size of our company, and where we operate, and what markets we operate, I think it gives you a sight of understanding what challenges we may face. And we all here are experts and wanted to hear about customer experience. And I thought it will be very interesting for the end consumer, you as an end consumer, as a passenger, for us to hear what challenges we have in aviation when it comes to customer expectation experience. First of all, the model that we operate, LCC for customer, very difficult to understand in some markets still. Especially it was not easy to explain in Central Asia, in Kazakhstan, being first LCC. Because we are low cost, we have to be very rigid with what we spend and how we spend. And balancing cost and service quality is always a challenge. Onboard comfort, people, even you, all of you, you've been flying in Europe and everywhere with low-cost carrier and full-service carrier, and you can see the difference with onboard comfort, with the seats, with the cushions, with the in-flight entertainment, and you can see the difference between full service and the low cost. And there is a big difference. The customer experience at airport also may vary. How we handle disruptions when it comes to low-cost or full-service carriers also can vary based on the technology they use, based on the scale that they operate, and very much loved loyalty programs. They rarely exist in low-cost carriers. They do in some form, but they tend to not to have it. And that is challenges that we normally face when it comes to expectations from our customers. And when we were setting up this brand, we were thinking, okay, how are we going to address those challenges? How are we going to become really customer-centric, really understand how we're going to develop further? And I think you've noticed, I've showed within 5 years, we managed to expand from 0 aircraft to 24 aircraft. I think it was quite a very good jump, and we managed to expand. That means that people really received that well. And I would like to give attention to 3 areas of the how we actually decided that we're going to manage all those challenges. So addressing the challenges when it comes to expectation of the passengers, first of all, we thought, okay, it's about education. To improve the experience that they expect from us, they need to understand what is LCC, what is included, what is not included, and what kind of product they're going to get. Because nowadays they expect people are digitally savvy, they have internet, they can see the world, they can compare you with other companies. And it is like for us was, okay, for us to have higher NPS, to have very good impressions and that people would love us, we need to explain them. What is it, what are you going to get for your money? What do you have to pay for? What you don't have to pay for, and etc. And we spend enormous amount of time explaining to our customers who we are, what we do as a brand, as a product. And I think it's a good exercise for every brand who is new in the market to spend and invest time on educating what is your product first, so that you set the expectation. And the second thought, we thought, okay, innovate. I can hear myself. Is it okay? Yeah. Oh, yes. And the second, okay, we know that we can't do everything, and being that we are rigid in our cost, we can't follow other brands. We must really focus on and understand the value, what the customer value first, and where we can focus and invest. So finding the value is very important. One of our value was OTP. It's an on-time performance. On-time performance and the airport experience. there was very two distinguished, I would say, aspect where we had to do some changes. And I will show you what we did exactly. And yes, processes. We did have this customer journey, but we needed to understand where in this touch point, which process should be reviewed, or what we need to do at each touch point to understand, to simplify it, to make it more good for customers. Because for low-cost carrier, I will explain, the reason why they are able to give low fares, because they use aircraft very high utilization. That means they have very many more flights per day. That means it's a massive scale. It's like a military service. You fly in, out, in, out. Imagine having this labor-intensive and technology-intensive business. You trying to be more personal to your customers. You're trying to be more customer-centric. It's not easy, especially in very labor-intensive operation. So what we did by identifying the real value, we said, okay, we need to understand what the value for us. And for us, first thing was that they were complaining that the long queues, because long queues in the airports, there was a lot of delays for us and delays for passengers. We started introducing, innovating, and investing into kiosks for customers. We were first airline in Central Asia that introduced those self-service kiosks, where you can not only just check in, but you can put your bag, and the bag tag will be given to you. And not only bag tag will be given to you, you can go to the further, you can drop your bag by yourself and go straight to the boarding. These innovations are not yet in all airports, but they're about to be in the airports that we operate. So this type of service innovations on the particular customer touch point really raises the brand. They start really valuing you and they really like you. Another area where we also identified where we can improve, because we had lots of complaints that you have no free meal, you have no free food, you have no free movie, and you have no screens on your seats. Yes, we don't. And but then we introduced through QR code, you can scan to your mobile device an application where by flying you can access to the menu, you can buy through that, and you can see the movies and watch the documentaries, etc. Okay, you have to pay for it, but at least you can have it on your mobile phone. You can have it. Those type of investments really helped as a product for customer who was really expecting a lot to accept the concept of LCC, to accept us as a company. And I will show our NPS that we normally track as just an example. And these are 2024 NPS for last 8 months. We always track ourselves with other and compare other LCC NPS. On the right-hand side, you can see low-cost carrier like Indigo, AirAsia, EasyJet, and others, and FlyArystan and Wizz Air. And you can see that we're number 2 in average. So our NPS varies from 40 to 16. Those people who actually introduce NPS, they say whatever is high above 20, you're good. Whatever is higher more than 40, you're perfect. So we do track those metrics and do pay attention to this and keep comparing how we're doing with other LCC carriers. We're also not, also we have CSAT score, and we do measure at each customer touch point, how do they measure us, what score they give us. And it's not bad, actually, I would say it's not bad. We must understand that not everybody gives this survey, not everybody goes through the survey because they receive upon arrival, but it's like 5% of people really gives a score to us. But again, for this, it is still indication for us. I'm sure with your companies, you also don't have like hundreds of people giving you NPS score. Only maybe 2-3% really goes through those surveys and do something, spend time and do something for you. But those scores are really valuable. You can really understand because we all as a customers, we give value and score if it's really good or really bad, isn't it? If it's really, really good, we say you're good. If you're really bad, we say you're bad. So that is kind of indication for us, good to track. I was saying that OTP in flight in the airport was a focus area where we have to invest, where we have to improve our customer experience. I have put to show you the OTP. OTP is on-time performance. It's when airline operates when they schedule their flight, when there is no delay, when there's no cancellation. Of course, there are reasons where we cannot control it, so weather, other reasons, etc., etc. So you can see the line trends. It actually replicates. OTP is the blue line. NPS is the red line. So if you notice, the higher OTP, when I say higher OTP, let's say 90% of aircraft are departing on time. Here, sorry, that means NPS is higher. The lower OTP, the lower NPS. So we've been tracking this. Okay, when there is delay, cancellation, everybody hates us, they don't like us. But when we're operating on time, they forgive us for every other mistake we do. We can be not good at some customer touch points, maybe we're not good at booking, maybe we're not necessarily good somewhere, but they value OTP above all. So the OTP, the operational efficiency as a brand, as a company, where is the key for us as an airline to make sure that we operate on time. We do all what can depend on us. So that's the story. And I would like to mention for other companies who are here, perhaps you can find your one big value, what customer really wants from you, and you focus on it. You put your focus on one thing that really value, and they're ready to forgive anything the rest. This is OTP for us, for airline. Right. And now, once I have talked through what we have done through those 5 years, I'd like to maybe share, it will be good to share, and I'd like to hear other companies to share the transformational path to become customer-centric airline. I already mentioned earlier that for airline, because it's a labor-intensive, it is technology-intensive, it is capital-intensive business. When you have 150 flights operating in a day, in, out, and they're all full of passengers, it is very challenging to be, to have a personal service to every customer that you serve. You understand what I say? It's a mass business, right? So, and very critical in business like that, to have foundations right. If any company, I think, in my opinion, wants to start changing themselves and become more customer-centric, they need to look to these 4 areas. I put it as a pyramid because triangle is the most stable shape on planet Earth, which doesn't break easily. So if those foundations are there, it doesn't break, you are safe to go forward. So I think, in my opinion, these are 4 areas. First of all, it's leadership focus on customer centricity. Because if you're going to start from, in any company, it's different how they start to be customer centric. Maybe you have ambassadors coming from operational team, maybe from your sales team are coming and telling you how bad you are, let's become a customer centric, and etc. Let's hear our customers, what they say. It doesn't matter where it comes from. As long as it sits with the leadership focus, it is I think the first move that can happen. Second is, of course, culture. They say, there is a saying that culture eats strategy for breakfast, correct? Yes. If you can put any strategy you want, but if in your culture, every morning when people comes in, do something completely different from what your culture strategy says, forget it. It's because their habit, this is their culture. If they're not accepting your new ideas, whatever you write in your strategy doesn't work. So you really need to understand the daily little activities that the staff does. What do they do? What is their habits? What is culture in this company for us to, we need to understand how we move it for us to become customer-centric. So observations are required, how our customer behaves, employee behaves to each other, to customers. And the third is processes. Processes, when I say processes, it's not only about processes towards the customer, but inside of the company, how processes are implemented. Are they implemented in silos? Different departments are implementing something different and they are not connected to they don't see to the end. It's very difficult to become a customer-centric when you don't see the entire cycle, how this is going to end up. So that part is also very, very important to check how processes are written, are initiated, are they taken into account all department interests or not. And fourth, I think, in my opinion, I think everybody would agree, it's a technology infrastructure. How your infrastructure can facilitate those all goals that you put to yourself. We need to assess how good you are at ITs. And for airline, it is one of the challenge because, you know, our core system, we call it PSS, Passenger Sales Service Systems, where we load all our inventories, flights, pricing, tariffs, everything is there. The scheduling, everything inside. Those systems, they were built 50 years ago, 50, 60 years ago. And all improvements that we do now is just like a joint, try to join to those core, very old systems. We have those problems. And for us, for airline, it is challenge to be more digitally savvy. I'll tell you why. Even for disruptions, when customers are complaining very much, why you cannot give us on-time communication that you are late, you are canceling your flight, this, that. Because airline, to make one flight, you must understand there are 10 departments involved, not only inside of the company, but outside. It's airports, it's navigation, it's handling companies, many different parts that are outside of the airline control. So to link them all together, all the data, to make sure that data comes on time, it is a big challenge. So that is it. This is what the challenges that we face, but we are very much motivated that as an airline, we are on the right way to invest and to make our life easier for customers. So I would say this pyramid, maybe I was talking about from the airline perspective, but I think in my opinion, this pyramid works for most of the companies who would like to transform themselves to become customer-centric. And last but not least, we always keep saying to ourselves, we sell experience. We don't sell tickets. It is the experience that we sell. And this is our mantra, actually. We keep telling each other, don't forget we sell experience. So that is all that I wanted to say, probably too fast. But I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please switch on your microphone. We are very open to any questions or discussions or comments from your side. Or you can put them in the chat, for instance. I don't see the current questions, but I just want to comment that very nice slogan, we sell the experience. It's a fantastic end, I think. And I always say the same, that customers buy experience and emotions. Yes, some emotional stuff, it's what exactly we remember. And your triangle with the culture inside, it's fantastic. I think I really agree with you. Culture, it's not the basis, but it was really nice in your triangle that we understand if we take this culture out, yes, so it will be broken. And it will be not functioning anymore. So thank you very much for your presentation. We have a question, I think. How does being local affect your business? Indigo is from India, and the most of its clients are from India. And in your case, most of them are from Kazakhstan. So, yeah.
How does being local affect your business? Oh, yes. Yes, as I said, we've been, for these 5 years, subsidiary of our mother company called FlyArystan. And we used FlyArystana's facilities like code and ticketing facilities. It didn't give us much opportunity to go beyond Kazakhstan because of the technical restrictions. And until this now, 98% of our customers, they are buying tickets and they are operating and flying in Kazakhstan. We fly to other foreign countries, but most of them are our citizens flying out of the country. But for us to go further, this year, FlyArystan, we received our own code, international IATA code. For airline, it is a massive change. It is like getting your own license to become independent airline. And you can operate internationally without any restrictions. So we got this year, and we have a plan to expand to India, China, to all those close countries, and hopefully we become truly, truly global.
Oh, fantastic plan. More customers, more international experience and other approaches, I think. Janar, one provocative question from my side. You're most probably also a customer of other airlines. Do you have something, or maybe you have seen something in other airlines which you was really, really impressed, and I don't know, there was a moment that you think, oh, I would love to bring it into our company as well for these specific tricks or features for the customers. Do you have something like this?
Yes, maybe it's not always applicable to every case, but I was once amazed by Emirates. They had a delay, and it was a delay. Passenger was sitting in the aircraft, like 1 hour delay. It is annoying. Imagine you are sitting in the aircraft, 1 hour delay, you can't get in, you're stuck in the aircraft. And the cabin crew, what they did, they took Polaroid. You know Polaroid? They took Polaroid. Everybody likes now Polaroid because it doesn't exist anymore. And they had these fantastic Emirates envelopes, very branded, beautiful one. And they say, would you like us to take a picture of you with your friends for the memory that you were flying with us? And people were saying, blah, 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 we are delayed and you are taking picture of us, da, da, da. But then some customers says, okay, we have nothing to do, take my picture. And they start giving those pictures in envelope nicely. And this 1 hour delay has become such a beautiful story at the end, because everyone was so happy getting their pictures on the aircraft, on the window, all this fun, because they had nothing to do. So how they managed to use this time and give good impression was really cool for me. And I was really impressed. So this type of soft aspect, I would say it is my plan to implement.
Yeah, fantastic case. Thank you very much. I don't see any other questions. So once again, thank you for the presentation. Thank you for being with us and sharing your experience. I'm absolutely sure that other companies can take something or other people can take something personally for themselves. Thank you. And we are moving further. We have our second speaker. So let me make a short introduction of Roland Bergmann from Austria, one of my favorite clients and a friend.
Oh,
Ronald,
thank you.
Yeah, hello. Herzlich willkommen. Ronald was born 100 years ago, so we will skip it. As the son of the owner of the Opel repair center in Vienna, and he studied mechanic engineering, executed Master of MBA Automotive Management, has fantastic experience in retail with many automotive brands like Hyundai, Honda, Fiat, Alfa, Volkswagen, and Audi, Skoda. And currently, more than 8 years, he works with Hyundai in Austria like a dealer change manager, and also has certificates Six Sigma black belt by Six Sigma Quality QRC. And the motto, which I believe very, very interesting and experienced, also share it, that we consciously embrace change as opportunity. Yeah, to see the opportunities in any changes, in any difficult situations, it's a gift, I think. Yeah, I can use it. So, Roland, stage is yours. Please share your presentation. Let us know if you can do it.
Yes, thank you very much, Alina, for introducing myself. So I now try to change to share my screen. So can you see my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. So thank you very much for being here and to share our experience with you. And we are talking all about customer experience. And what we have done in Austria is we had a project called Sales Training Academy, because we found out that customer experience is also depending very much on sales advisor skills. And in the next 10-15 minutes, I want to share with you the facts we have here in Austria about this project. So why did we do this training academy? Because in one short word, Austria had enough of the constant predictions of doom from existing sales advisors. What does that mean? We've spent a lot of money and time in the past 10 years to increase our customer experience score, our customer satisfaction score, our results from mystery shoppings. We put a lot of time and money in training our sales advisors, but they did not get better. Our results get worse. So we did not achieve any improvement on that. And so we were thinking, okay, what is the reason for that? And after a lot of discussions, we had the feeling that there is no further process, no further improvement with the existing stuff, because every time you do a mystery shopping, you do an audit, who is the problem? Now, of course, the mystery shopper is the problem, not the sales advisor who was the person in that mystery shopping, or the product is the problem, or the price is the problem. But if you are talking about the process and so on, this is not the problem. So our goal was to increase on one side the sales volume, but on the other side the customer experience. And we said, okay, we have to do now something totally different. And we said, okay, we hire new people not coming from the automotive industry to become sales advisor for Hyundai. And our search priority was to look for career changers from other brands. Maybe after the very nice presentation before, I maybe should look for stewardesses or something from this nice airline to become sales advisors for Hyundai. And the second step, when we actually were looking for these people, we were hiring these people, we had a very intensive training with them, 4 weeks, face-to-face training and on-site coaching. Because normally, if you become a sales advisor, if to run all through the individual trainings, it takes 1.5 to 2 years. And we said we have to shorten that time because we want to hire them, we want to train them, and then we want them to sell cars. So we had that intensive training, 4 weeks, face-to-face, including on-site coaching. So after each week, we had 1 week in the dealership, practice, and then come back to the training. So in total, it took 6 weeks. And finally, which is also or was very new for our brand, normally, if you are a sales advisor, you go to a training or you have an e-learning, and then it's done. And we never checked, did he really understand what was the reason for the training? So we said, okay, after that training, you have to do an exam. They had to do a project in their dealership. which has to do with either increase sales or increase customer experience or to have a better process. And they had to present to us, to an audience, which I was part of the audience, our managing director was part of the audience, and the trainers of this academy have been part of the audience, and they have to present to us their project. They have to also use KPIs to show us that what did they change and what has improved in that time. And after that, we decided if he can complete this training and become a certified sales advisor or not. So this was the main project. Key facts. One fact, we started this project with 13 people, but only 10 of them finished the exam. Because what we also said is, if we find out during the first 2-3 weeks that one person is not performing or is only doing the training to become a certified sales advisor, we kick him out of this project, and we kicked out 3 people. So only 10 of them have been allowed to do the final exam, and we are also very happy that all of them, the 10 of the 10, also were able to finish the exam, and many of them with a very, very good performance. Yeah. So we kicked out 3 of them because one in the first week and 2 in the second week. Yeah, 4 weeks, 140 hours training, 2 days just driving our cars to get emotion into the training. It's very important, not only to do theoretical stuff, also to give them the chance to drive the cars, yeah, to touch it, to feel it. 1 week training only with us, only with the staff of Hyundai Austria, to get the personal feature into that training, to give them information about the brand, the product, and the systems and our vision. And in addition, we had 6 external trainers and partners to give them also finance, also training on finance, on insurance, on charging and fleet, and etc. And at the end, they also had to do their own mystery shopping, because we said, you have to be a customer, you have to go to a different car dealership and to try to buy a car. And then we talk about your experience. How do you feel when you go to a different dealership? Because normally they say, I'm selling cars, but how do you feel if you go to a different dealership and try to buy a car? And then we talk about what you have learned, what should be the experience, and then what was your experience. And this was also the point. They liked it very much. First, they were afraid to go to different car dealership and to play a customer, but at the end, they loved it. Yeah, this is just a short overview about the team and the companies we were cooperating with. Here are the training modules, and the triangle, the blue triangle, shows you that before we started the 5 modules with the trainees, we had a 1-day kickoff with the dealer principals, with the managing directors of these dealerships. They've sent the people to us, because we also said, and also our trainer said, if we don't have the dealer principal, the managing director, whoever behind this project, we can train them as much as we want. They go back to the dealership and nobody takes care about them. And in addition, we also had we were very afraid, because in the big dealerships, they normally have 3, 4, 5 salespeople. So now you have this new salesperson coming not from the automotive industry, and he's getting the training. He's getting a notebook from us. He gets at the first day his company car. So you have 3 salespeople there. It's like they are sharks, and he is the small fish in the shark tank. Yeah, so we have to protect this new guy from the existing salespeople. So we were spending 1 day only with the dealer principals to train them how they have to take care about this person, to talk with him, after the training, what he has learned, what he wants to, which kind of project he wants to run in the dealership, and so on. So this is very important. And leadership is one major issue. I will talk about leadership then at the end of the presentation. So yes, the customer experience is highly dependent on the training and process quality of a salesperson, and I will talk to you about several reasons supporting this theory. First of all, the expertise. So we found out that only well-trained salespeople have the necessary knowledge about the products or services. Yeah. Second, communication skills. Yeah. Only if they have good communication skills, and we trained them in the 4 weeks about communication skills, they are able to get a positive buying atmosphere. And also the negotiation skills, because we found out in the past, in our brand, in the automotive brand, you want to buy a car, you go to a dealership, and the first thing the sales advisor tells you is how many discount you get. But maybe at the first point, you're not interested. What is discount? The first thing is you want to know which kind of car is the right car for myself, especially now with the electrification. Customers are now buying electrified cars. Of course, the price is something you want to talk about, but not on the first 5 minutes entering the showroom. And we also teach them negotiation skills so that they are able to negotiate with the customer, of course, a fair price, but the discount is not the first thing we want to mention when a customer is entering the showroom. Also, the process quality, we found out there is a sales process they should follow, but they do not follow. They always want to take the shortest way to get the signature of the customer on the sales contract. So we trained them again, the process, to follow the process. And this also impacts customer satisfaction. And also it's very important to have a smooth process and not a very complex and difficult process. And then you have a positive shopping experience. Customer orientation, of course, because only if you are customer oriented, you will have a long-term customer relationship. And very important, feedback management. Many of the existing sales advisors, being in the automotive industry 10, 15, 20, 30 years, they always tell us if they go to a training, I know everything. I don't need to be here at the training. I know everything about selling cars. I know everything about my customers. But if you give them feedback, for example, after mystery shopping, that he did something wrong and therefore the mystery shopping result is bad, the answer is, as I mentioned before, well, the problem was the mystery shopper and not the salesperson. So feedback management is very important, also for the leadership. So overall, training and process quality are crucial factors that significantly influences the customer experience and consequently the customer satisfaction. So, but how can we be sure that we did the right thing? How can we be sure that the training we have done has any influence to increase the customer experience? So we said, okay, the only way to find out if we're on the right way is to perform a mystery shopping over all Austria. And we did this together with Alina and her team. So to check all dealers in Austria with and without people from the Hyundai Training Academy to measure what is the difference. So what do you think? Is the mystery shopping result better with the 10 people performing the academy or not? I see some smiling faces, yeah. Well, I tell you, we were not sure. Yeah, so we were waiting for the result and pushing Alina and Julia, please give us the result. We want to know what is the result. And we were very happy because you can see here on the left side, the mystery shopping result 2023, 79% was the overall score and 14% was the score for the follow-up, which is very important in the automotive industry. If you go to a car dealer, you get an offer and you leave the showroom without buying the car, the the salesperson needs to make a follow-up, and we had very bad results in the past years. On the mystery shopping 2024, on the right side, you can see the blue bar is the result of the dealership with people from the academy, 93.7%, and 89.7% was the result, the overall, for the dealerships without sales advisors from the academy. Now you can say, yes, but 89.7 is much better than 79. Yes, I mean, we put a lot of pressure on them to get better, to be better, but on the top, the dealerships with the people from the academy have been much better than the people without the academy. And also on the follow-up, you see a significant improvement from 14% to 92% on the follow-up, and the others have been on 77.3%. And this is a general problem in the automotive industry. I mean, we have systems, we have CRM systems. It pops up that he has to do the follow-up, but they are just putting the pop-up away. So we measured and we were happy. Okay, we are on the right way. We will have a second wave of mystery shopping this year. And of course, we hope that this was not a one-time effect. We hope also that the second mystery shopping will show the same difference between dealerships with academy people and dealerships without academy people. And in addition, now we measure every month our NPS KPIs, but for this short time, it was not possible to take the NPS because the NPS is also influenced by delivery process of car. And so we said, okay, first we measure the mystery shopping result. And then now at the end of the year, we can take the 2 mystery shoppings. And in addition, I also expect that the NPS of the dealership having sales advisors with academy will be better than the NPS of dealerships with sales advisors without academy. Okay, what is our conclusion? First of all participants of the academy were enthusiastic. That was nice. Also, the managers from these dealerships were enthusiastic and they supported the program. Well, during the training, we also figured out, like we've heard with the airline, IT systems are a big problem. Also in our brand, we have old IT systems. There are so many interfaces between the different systems, and this is also in our brand a big problem. Also the processes. So there is a sales process, but they don't follow the process. They are doing just something, and every time they are doing it different. So these are the biggest weak points in our brand. Firmong, the dealer said, we have, just for your information, we have now 13 dealerships doing this academy, but we have 130 dealerships. So most of the dealerships said we won't be successful. A newcomer coming not from the automotive business would not be able to sell cars in that short time. We showed them it works. Yeah, so they were wrong. The participants were selling the cars already after the first week. And in addition, they have the better KPIs on the mystery shopping, so they were wrong. And the mystery shopping's result of them were much better than the results of dealerships with existing old stuff. So, but we are talking now about the weak points. And what we found out is that we have a problem on leadership. Because leadership is a significant factor that influences the training and the process quality of the person, but automatically it also influences the customer experience and the customer satisfaction as a dealership. And we have a lot of problems with leadership. We have seen also in the past that you may have very top motivated sales advisors if he's coming back to his dealership and you have a managing director, a sales manager who's not taking care about his people, who's not taking care about the customers, you won't have a good customer experience. So it's also a leadership. We said we cannot say the whole time the sales advisor is a problem. Maybe the sales advisor isn't the problem. It's also a leadership thing. And I want to point out here, so leadership means vision and direction. So an effective leader communicates a clear vision. We found out many of them, they have no vision. They are just working day by day, but there is no vision. So they need to give also a direction to their team to understand their role, yeah, and how to contribute to overall customer satisfaction. Training and development, yeah. So they have to stand behind all these things. Cultural influence, okay. The leader shapes the company culture, yeah. So it's his responsibility to empathize, to be customer focused, and also then the team will do this, yeah. Motivation and morale, of course, support and resources to provide his team with the necessary resources. And feedback and improvement, I just mentioned it before. So these are the 6, and say, okay, a conflict resolution, of course, also. So leaders often mediate in conflicts, yeah. And depending on that, also the team is able to handle conflict, yeah. And this is also then has an effect on the customer satisfaction and the CX of a company. So in the summary, we said behind all this academy and also telling or showing you the result that we trained the people and we now have better results, but we now have to continue also to build strong leaders in our dealership because they are also responsible and are also having an influence on the customer experience and customer satisfaction. And this is the next step we have to work on because the sales advisor is one thing, but the leadership is the next thing we have to work on. Yeah. Thank you very much. This was my presentation about customer experience and how a good training has an influence on customer experience in the automotive brand. And if there are some questions, please, now is the time.
Yes, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, of
we
course.
hear you. Please, Veronica.
Super. Ronald, thank you very much. It was great presentation, and thank you very much that you shared so openly about the challenges and approach. I just want to ask, as far as I understand, this is people which you were trained, they are in dealers' offices.
Yes.
And is this is a program free of charge for them, or it is, or they pay for this program?
Mm-hmm. That's a very good question. As I said, we have about 130 dealers. And when we offered them our training program in September 2023, we thought that the dealers will say, thank you very much doing that program. Yes, we send our people to this training. And in October, we found out there was only one dealership willing to pay for that training and to send his sales advisor to our training. So we said, okay, we have to take money in our hands. And for this first wave of training, for this first 13 people, we said we will take the costs. And I'm talking about 150,000 euro. 150,000 euro. We take the costs for you, but you have to pay back the money. We are talking about 10,000 euro each person if the person is leaving your company within 24 months. So you have to make sure to identify if it's the right person. You have to make sure as a leader to give him all the tools he needs, to give him the support he needs. We said we accept a 4-week period. If someone is kicking out his sales advisor in the first 4 weeks, he must not pay back, because we also don't have so many costs in the first 4 weeks. But if you keep him after the first 4 weeks, then you are in that payback cycle. So if he then leaves, and we also said it doesn't matter if you kick him out or he says he want to leave, you made something wrong. Yeah. So we covered the costs in this first wave project. We are now already planning the second wave for next week. We have already 16 participants from different dealerships who said, oh, it seems to be a good project. We send our people, and now they have to pay for it. And it's interesting, now they pay. It was just everyone was waiting if it's a good thing or if it's a bad thing. But now they have the feedback from these 10 dealerships that it was very good. Some of them are now complaining, yeah, you paid them and now we have to pay it. We said, yes, you had the chance. You could be one of the first 10, but you said you don't want, and now on the second wave you have to pay. But now they have to pay for it. But again, now a lot of them will participate and they will pay the money.
Great. Thank you very much for your answer.
Thank you. Any other questions? So while you're thinking about the question, we have one. How does being, no, it's a previous question, sorry. So just a small comment about Roland, your presentation. I remember the time when you first shared this idea with us, and we were very curious with this experience, because it's absolutely new approach to take the people without experience and to train them from the very beginning. And I remember very well the story from once I should write some cases from the best practice of the best service in the world. And I remember the story from Four Seasons Hotel, and their top managers said that when we hire the people, we do not care about their experience. We do not care if they were working in hospitality services, in the hotels, in the restaurants, whatever. What we are checking is what are their values, what their parents taught them when they were children. So how they were growing up, how they behave, like, this basic soft, it's even not soft skills. It's like if you are friendly, if you are willing to help, if you have it in your blood, not that someone told you that you will be checked, that's why you should smile and that's why you should help clients in any situations, right? So it's something that is just a part of your character. And all the rest can be easily trained. I mean, these rules, these standards and so on, but if the person is not friendly, if he's not a client-oriented inside, it's very difficult to train him to be this person in future.
I see some parallels between the airline and us. The nice lady from the airline said, if we are on time, we have a very high NPS. It doesn't matter if we make some mistakes, but the customer is satisfied if he's on time. And the same is here in our business, because we found out we also have an on-time performance. You buy a car and the advisor tells you you have to wait 3 months for the car, but then maybe you have to wait 12 months. We have seen that in the COVID, in the pandemic. Yeah, people had to wait 1 year, 1.5 years for the car. But we have a high NPS on a lot of customers waiting for the car 1 and 1.5 years. And we have also dealerships having a very, very low NPS. Also, if they are delivering the car on time. Why? Because today, to buy a car is very easy. You can look to the internet, you can look to YouTube. So many of the customers buying a car are well informed when they enter the dealership. They more or less know already what they want. They know the price anyway. They just need the last 10-15% to make the decision. So the main job of the sales advisor is to give him the good feeling, the good place, to be welcome, to make his final decision or to get the confirmation, yes, you're right, this is the right car for you. And from that moment on, it's no problem if the car's being late because the customers know that something can happen. It's just a question how you communicate with the customer. And then everything can happen. We are all just humans. Yeah, it can be a problem on the car delivery. It can be a problem on the car handover. There can be a problem after delivering the car. There is a technical problem. But if you can handle that in the right way, you have a very high customer satisfaction. So there is a correlation from my point of view. High NPS, high customer experience is not only the product, is the way how the people talk to each other, how they communicate with the customer. It's just they have to be welcome and they have to feel that someone is taking care of them. And then you will have a high customer experience. And so we don't need to have sales advisors coming out of the automotive business. We just have to have people. Okay, they have to have a product skills. That's why we train them. But the main thing is they have to have emotional skills, personality, to be empathized, and so on and so on. These are the features we need today, and not only to know the products, how much kilometers per hour it can drive, how much petrol consumption it has. You can read that in the internet anyway. So I think this is the thing we have to work on.
Thank you, Roland, very much. Veronica, you raised your hands once again, or it was from the previous?
No, I raised once
Okay.
again, just to add a little bit to what the Ronald said, because I'm another lady from the airline industry. I'm senior manager of customer experience, yes, from FlyArystan, and we have more similarity because, as Janar already mentioned, our customer, like in case with dealer, our customer influenced by borders, control, customs, immigration, and this is absolutely uncontrollable units for us, from one hand. But from another hand, what we can we do? We can provide them training free of charge, and our training academy made the trainings for immigration of Almaty Airport, about hospitality. And I personally can see the changes when they welcome, and you really feel that you are welcomed. And also we participated in the project of Civil Aviation Committee, like Best Airport Service. We made 2 days of seminars for Aktau airports. So this is small steps, but it is actually how we can handle this industrial challenge which we have, because our customer has total experience. The part of this experience is not influenced by FlyArystan. It's not in our hands. But what can we do? We can do these trainings. And it's also, I wanted to share with you, it's also interesting that customer experience in FlyArystan was born in training academy, in the training unit. Because very often it's somewhere in commercial part, and it is very positive because we can implement the investigation. What we notice, we can immediately implement in trainings, which we do for our frontline staff, and it helps a lot. Okay, that's what I wanted to share with you.
Thank you very much
interesting.
for the
Thank you.
comments. Yeah. So if no other questions, big applause to Roland. And thank you very much that you came to our meeting and share your insights and your experience. And everything what you've done this year. It was amazing for me. It was very interesting case. I hope for all the rest as well. And before to go to the next speaker, I offer you to participate in our small survey. It's more for you than for us, but I'm very curious. We currently had 2 presentations already, yes? So just a couple of things which you are now feel that you can take with you after this presentation, some insights, some answers, some maybe emotions or interesting cases, or some connections you find here. So whatever useful for you, just you can scan the code or you can see the link in the chat. Please give a couple of examples of things, and we will see what in a second we will see what where are you, because it's very difficult to moderate in online space. You don't know, I don't see you, I don't hear you, but anyway, to give us some feedback, where are you after these 2 presentations? What was useful for you personally? Just a second, you can answer and send them
Alina, hello.
your answers. Yes, Tetiana. Just
Yeah.
a second, I see you. I will during the participants answer the question, I will make a short presentation of you, and then I will give you a mic. Just a second. So the next speaker will be Tetiana Dubova, Deputy Director of the Retail Business Department of Oschadbank, Ukraine. So now we are moving to Ukraine. Tetiana was awarded Best Financial Inclusion Provider by UEFIC 2023. She was also recognized as the Best Financial Inclusion Provider in Ukraine FinTech Award 2024. She is the winner of Ukrainian Excellence Award in category of the Best Example of Inclusive Approach Implementation. So a lot of awards, and currently we have this fantastic speaker. She will share the approach of the Oschadbank and some, I don't know, ideas from the last year or current year, how to call it, 2024, yeah. And the approach of Oschadbank in the sphere of customer experience. Thank you, Tetiana. The stage is yours.
Yes. Hello, guys. My name is Tanya Dubova. I'm the head of retail sales and responsibility for customer experience in our bank, and the initiator of the bank's inclusive strategy. Oschadbank is the largest and oldest state-owned bank in Ukraine. We have 6 million customers and the largest branch network, and we have the biggest numbers of inclusive spaces. We communicate a lot of our clients because we have 12 open feedback channels. This can be social network, social close messenger, and the website. The main thing is that all communication is personalized. And also we respond to the feedbacks in the fast way on the market. And now, regarding inclusive strategy. Once there was the bank's client who resigned the issue in inclusive service, and so our team helped the client, and after that initiate the whole strategy in the bank. Our goal was to solve the following tasks. Firstly, create inclusive standards for service for everyone in the front office. Secondly, create a certified front office training model to serve people with different types of disabilities. And thirdly, create a remote service channel for people who cannot see or hear. Our inclusive standards are ready now. We create them with clients who have disabled and market experts, for example, company for service, And
Добре,
we
ще не
share.
виходили?
Ні, ще немає.
And we shared this document, the standards, with other banks in the market. Our strategy
Тетяна, вимкнути мікрофон.
Тетяна? Так, дякую.
Ага, 3 пункти не було. Okay, sorry. Okay. Our goals will solve the following task. Firstly, create a standards documents for service for everyone in front office. Secondly, we create a certified front office training model who have to serve people with different types of disabilities. And thirdly, create remote service channels for people who cannot see or hear. And our inclusive service standards are ready. And we share these standards with other banks in the market. We trained all bank employees for these standards, and entry bank board and all bank divisions. They underwent specialized training. We have received certification for such education. And we have installed specialized ATMs with voice guidance for people who can see. And now we have more than 100 ATMs, and our clients can withdraw money on their own in these ATMs. And now we are also implementing technologies for digital service so that people who cannot see or who can be served without obstacles. The most interesting part now, but we did all this for our bank's work. From the way beginning, we had a bigger goal: to attract public attention to the topic of inclusivity. And with such a goal, we used the brand of the state-owned Oschadbank. We aim to influence other businesses and large companies in Ukraine to involve them in the development of accessible space, not to wait for government changes, for example, but to initiate changes in every business in Ukrainian companies. To influence business, we create a large forum called My Accessibility, where we invited key businesses in Ukraine, such Укрзалізниця, Railway Company, Post Office Ukraine, banks, TV channels, governments, and large retail companies, and many others. There were more than 330 businesses, and there were challenge for businesses. And we also create an inclusive show with Nead, leg dump. These were a famous protestic veteran, Alexander Terren, travels around Ukraine as a як сказати, ревізор. Around Ukraine as an auditor, and check cities, restaurants, farmers, shops, theaters, ski resorts, as an auditor, yes. And for check, can the people in a wheelchair use these places? And This show was humor, and S was its name because leg dump. It's a joke from Alexander Terran. This скажем так, special guest, yes. There were 12 episodes and more than 4 million views and 30 million of organic coverage. It's a good result. This show has had a special impact a young creative audience in Ukraine. We are very happy to have scout the direction in inclusion in our country. This is our case, and we are really happy about it. That's all. In предостанній slide. It is because the main phrases for us, our project started from these phrases. You can see this phrase in the screen. Thank you.
Thank you a lot, Tetiana, for so nice and actual for our country presentation, I guess. Dear colleagues, partners, do you have any questions?
What is an average cost on the branch renewal to be?
You will to be adapted to the needs of the customers.
Сейчас. It's the question about average cost of the branches renewal. It's a really expensive part for all business in Ukraine because reconstruction of branches not cheap, but I must to fix this cost in a strategy of the budget on our bank.
How many branches have you renewed so far? This is the second question.
Yes, and 23 now, and we will plan create a new. And 700, it's inclusive friendly branches, not full inclusive, only part of build.
Дякую. Які ще є питання? Ви можете також голосом задавати. Я перейшла вже автоматом на українську, да, вибачаю. Ви можете задавати голосом, да, коллеги-партнеры с Казахстана, да, на русском мы тоже понимаем, in English, so any questions we can switch for our convenience, if you have.
How many branches? Okay, Тетяна, дякую за окей, наче все. So, I'm quickly.
Yeah, quickly, but let's say up to the facts.
I just want to appreciate such great initiative, which is really now the global trend. It is also a global trend for aviation industry, this inclusivity. So thank you very much for sharing, Tetiana.
And you. Thank you.
Thank you. So,
Tetiana, for your presentation, sorry, I know I don't have questions.
Thank you.
Tanya, thank you very much, and Slava Ukraini.
Героям слава.
Героям слава.
Да, ви робите дуже велику справу. Да, це you're making a great job. I mean, great is even in English. I mean, very essential. Yeah, very what exactly is needed for our country. So we wish you more more such
you.
branches next year, and also to make it known to the people as well, where they can use it, because I think it's very maybe with this Google or something, you can put that this branch already has this this possibility, because for people it's not only important to know that in general the bank doing something, but where exactly they can find this branch. So I think it will be very useful for people to understand, I mean for these people to understand where they can go, and that Oschadbank cares about them. Thank you a lot.
We use our brand because customer trust us, and government bank can show good idea for all humans in Ukraine, and the all business helps us too.
Yeah.
For build. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you too. Bye. Oh, not bye, stay with us. And we have one more speaker, and also one more speaker from our company for service. We will finish, as I said at the beginning, with the results of very small research, but I think you can be it can be also very interesting and up to this topic which we are currently discussing with you. So the next speaker, let me make the oh my God, I almost left the meeting. Just a second. Just a second. Zhannat will be our next speaker, and I will make small presentation. You see my slide, right? No. Yeah, good. So the last but not the least speaker, again from Kazakhstan, Zhannat Kuzekeyeva, head of customer experience, Toyota Motive. Again, one of the Motive client, but yeah, very well-known brand and well-known company. Zhannat Kuzekeyeva is the manager of customer journey department in Toyota, where she has been working since 2022, but also she has 15 years of experience in automotive business, with a primary focus on marketing and importing, distribution, and retail. I don't know if yes, I see Zhannat already. So
yes,
welcome. The microphone is yours.
Yeah.
I will stop sharing the presentation, and let me know if you can share yours.
Yeah, let me check. Hi, everyone. And sorry for my voice. I just lost today.
It happened.
Yeah,
but we hear you very well.
Yeah. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, I'm sharing, but now, can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, just a minute. We have some complication with safety systems, and just a minute.
You're going to share some secrets with that.
Okay. Okay, you can see my screen, yes? Now?
Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Zhannat, and I work for Toyota as head of customer experience. So I would like to share with you today a little bit about customer experience in Toyota, some Toyota foundation and Toyota essence and principles, how we built this customer-centric company. As you may all know, the Toyota is one of the most popular brand worldwide, as well as in Kazakhstan, and it's very well known as a customer-centric company. So let's look deeper why and how this principle arise. In 1933, Kichiro Toyoda, this is the founder of established the Toyota Motor Company, and his main idea was make the Toyota cars reliable, safe, and also affordable for average people. So he always wanted to invent a car which will be perfect and which will be very reliable, and all people can afford this car. Yeah, and his idea about the customer first, in Japanese it will be monozukuri, comes from the cases when the customers start to complain about the car blocks and some breakdowns. And in these cases, Kichira personally was involved to these cases. He investigated and he tried to help even these customers with the courtesy car. He was the one of the first entrepreneur who started using this courtesy car. For the automotive industry is very well-known approach to provide customer with another car. Maybe this will be the taxi or courtesy car or rent car, but the Toyota Kichiro was the first entrepreneur who, let's say, make it happen that time. Yeah, it was 1933, and from this principle, monozukuri, which means customer always come first, we in Toyota established this main principle is a customer first always. This principle influence not just for the customer experience. It's all about product. It's all about technologies. We always look from the customer perspectives. What would like to have customer? What is the customer expectation from Toyota? So and this is very much in line with our customer experience approach today. So as I said, the customer first always for all companies, for all Toyota companies across the world. So just a minute. I just mixed some screens. So and we believe that this principle help us to achieve really great performance. And today's in Kazakhstan, according to our own research, average NPS is 85. In terms of sales, it's almost 94. It's very high. In terms of after sales, it's 82, and in terms of the potential customers who use test drive cars, it's 78. So we believe that this principle also impact on the brand power and brand engagement. According to BrandScan research, we are #1 in brand power and brand engagement. But we cannot stand still. So in Toyota, we use the word Kaizen. Maybe you know the word Kaizen, which means the continuous improvement in everything. In everything we do, in the process, in the communication, in the technologies. So, and we aim to go beyond. Go beyond means we should do more than we are doing now. And every day we always try to be better than every day we try to be better than we were maybe the last days. Yeah. So let's look at the customer experience vision. If we speak about the brand experience, the brand promise that we have, we provide innovative, very reliable, safety cars. And in customer experience is very much important to keep these promises. And we try to provide our customers with beyond expectation experience in every stage of interaction with customers. And keeping these promises is our main part of in the business for us, for our customer experience employees. We always try to think about how to keep these promises. and we always aim to deliver the best experience and the main values, which is as established values for us, and which we see the customer value most of all, who drives the Toyota. This is the happiness which provide our cars, reliability, quality, safety, innovations, and also transparency. Transparency is the most important topic because in Kazakhstan we have some issues with the transparency, with the price, with the providing services. So we really focus on this value, transparency, and we try to deliver in every stage with our customers this transparency. So when we study our customers and listen to the voice of customer, we see the main pain point is the price, and we understand that transparency is the key for the handling these pain points. The second largest pain point is the complexity in buying process and products. Yes, in automotive industry, this is not so simple to buy even services. Yeah, in Kazakhstan, basically it's always documentation, registration. If it's about auto loans, when the customers buy a car through the finance companies, yeah, and we face a lot of complaints related to complex buying process, and also we see that the 74% of our customers could switch brand if they don't get consistent experience across all the channels. For example, they would like to communicate via phone, maybe they can switch immediately on WhatsApp or even other messengers, and our retailers should be so technologically advanced, let's say. In this case, the tomorrow experience needs to be transparent in terms of price, waiting time, trade-in, and simple in terms of buying product offer processes, and seamless in terms of communication, digital platforms, and so on. And we would like to see always our happy customers. So also we are facing now evolving customer behavior. Let's say this is the mostly about a changing world. There's new trends, and our customers is really different now than it was 5 years ago, let's say. They demand multi-channel engagement. They would like to be partner with socially conscious companies. They value sustainability, and also they very much concerned about the data privacy. And of course, we have these digital native customers. They use their cars as a gadget, and this is the new era for us. So we are going to be prepared for all these changes, but it's not so easy, especially in a big company as Toyota. Another trend is about employees. So we believe that the customer experience is all about employee experience also. We have recently opened new academy of Toyota in Kazakhstan. This is the new facility, and we will train Toyota employees across the Central Asia. And it's a big new facility with the new distribution center of spare parts, Toyota. And there we will train our people, mostly the frontline staff. And we are now developing the new training program related to customer experience. And we very much would like to develop the customer experience, not just in our company, but also in Kazakhstan, that our customers should be happy with the product services providing in Kazakhstan at all. So, and last slide, I was very fast, I think, yeah. as a recommendation, and as I observe different companies and have different colleagues from around the world, the main successful companies is the companies who pay big attention to their customers, and they put customer first. For example, Amazon, Apple, other Google, different companies, they always study their customers. They always listen to them and apply all the processes which will be beneficial for the customer, first of all. So in Toyota, we always listen to the customers. We have different system, dashboards, research, a lot of KPIs. We have monitoring this mystery shopping researches and so on, so on. So here is always big focus on the customers. But as Janar mentioned, that this triangle was the perfect explanation of this culture, developing this customer-centric culture in company and improving the customer experience at all. So thank you very much for your attention. Sorry for my voice again. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate.
Thank you very much. Any questions? We have the question, how Toyota address prices, number one challenge.
Number one challenge, yes, this is the price, yeah, but it's not just about Toyota. It's about our country mostly. we always complain about the price. Of course, we have some initiatives related to the promotions and the loyalty programs. For example, now we launched Camry AT, and with the car, customer will have 5 post-service contract, which means 5 years they could use car and no pay for the service. 0 pay for the service. So this is the first we launched this month. Yeah. Promotion, let's say, and other things like working with the mostly our employees, frontline employees. So it's always need to understand the price. The customer can complain the price is very high and so on, but we need to understand and we need to ask customer high price compared with. Of course, they compare with the Chinese brands, maybe other brands. So, and here is the working with the people and explaining them why is the price for Toyota is higher than for other brands, which values we give with this brand, with these services, and so on. And of course, the availability, I would say the number first, because we cover all country. We have service station, we have dealerships in 16 cities in Kazakhstan. So the coverage is very big. So that's why I think the price is yes, pain point number one, but is in other hand is also industrial and country pain point, let's say.
Could I ask questions, please?
Yeah, sure.
Hello, my name is Anna. I am from Ukrainian bank of Oschadbank. One question, please. You say about average NPS of your company. It's very high. For my opinion, NPS more 80%. Yes.
Yes.
And
yes.
If you can information say about us average market indicator of automobile